Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys, and I'm going to do my best to get to your questions and give you some straight answers and try to troubleshoot your problems on the fly. So let's get started. All right, welcome everybody. I'm going to move this mic here. You may not be able to hear me as good, but I've been playing around with my rig today, and I put a new lighting scheme on there. Actually, the memory should be cycling between red and white. It looks like it stopped doing that. Darn that memory. But everything else is kind of in a Coke theme. I saw a Pepsi themed rig on Reddit, so I figured I'd try this one out. Because my anyway, the CPU cooler is capable of, you can put like a JPEG or a GIF on the CPU cooler, so I thought that was kind of neat. So anyway, we just got back from a couple days down in Indiana visiting my parents, and the cat's kind of freaking out. We left him here alone for a couple of days. He had plenty of food, but he was pretty freaked out when we got back. The dog was at the kennel. Anyway, it's been kind of an interesting few days. The crypto market seems to be up on the upswing again. We'll see if it can gain any legs, but I've got that stuff covered in the news tonight. So let's go ahead and let's go over here. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I can move this mic over here so you guys can hear me. Let's see, is it working? Yes, appears to be working. Yeah. I recorded a setup video on Friday or Thursday, maybe before we left on vacation. And I was planning on getting it posted. And then after I got finished and reviewed it, I realized that for some reason the mic had been wasn't working correctly in OBS Studio. So I mean, I knew the mic was on and everything, but then when I wasn't monitoring as I was recording, and then I had like 2 hours, an hour and a half of setup with no sound. So I was rather upset about that. But it looks like I got the mic working good tonight. That's good. Let's see. I'm not going to insert any commercials here. Kenneth Wiedner is here. Thanks for being here, Kevin and Kenneth, pardon me, and encouraging me. Oh, by the way, I did some research on this issue. It is indeed, as far as I can tell, a Windows 11 issue in OBS Studio. Several people have talked about it, but there are no fixes for it. There's no quick fix. There's no updated drivers or anything. But they always list, here's what I've tried, and they've tried everything, But I've been keeping an eye on Windows 11 updates. I don't really want to downgrade back to Windows 10 because that would require a full clean and reinstall of Windows 10. I would have to go reinstall all of my apps. It's just a real hassle, and I'm not the type of person that likes to move backwards. I remember once there was a Windows 10 update that broke my webcam. I had like a Logitech Brio webcam at the time, and the Windows 10 update broke it. So I did have to downgrade for that. But it's been longer than 10 days. You can't pull yourself back down automatically. There's a thing, restore point. You can't do a restore point back to an earlier version of Windows after you've been running for 10 days. I've been running Windows 11 for several months now. So bear with me if we get disconnected by OBS. It seems like it's working okay at the moment. So we'll see. Dan is here. That's great. JDO is here. Fix for OBS is Windows 10. Yeah, that's the fix. But I don't know. I mean, if it keeps happening, I'll maybe look for a different streaming software. I'm not going to downgrade to Windows 10. It's too late for that. I'm too stubborn for that one. Anyway, yeah, so here we go. Well, yeah, I mean, Windows 11 required a TPM, a trusted protocol module, and I have a pretty new rig, and my motherboard supports it. You might try going into your BIOS and seeing if you can enable support for that security protocol. A lot of motherboards made in the last 3 or 4 years support it, even if you don't have a TPM module for Windows 11. Anyway, that's shop talk. Let's pop out chat. And got a lot of news to cover tonight, so I'm going to try to get through that without getting too sidelined. We're going to talk about, the major things going on right now, and we're going to talk about some ways to avoid crypto scams, right? Or pump and dump kind of stuff. So we're going to jump into the news, but I wanted to touch a little bit on our title for tonight, which I hope it came through. I don't see it in the live stream title. The live stream title. It updated. Okay. Celsius is not Bitcoin. It's not even a crypto. So, and I've been reading a lot of stories, and I was watching this thing on Fox, and news and influencers get a lot of clicks, views, and hits and likes with spectacular stories, be they positive or negative. And right now, the way the crypto market is, there's a lot of negative. So you'll see all the mainstream news bashing crypto because that's what's getting clicks right now. And I saw somebody on CNN saying crypto is not doing what it promised, and these people lost money in Celsius. And that's just such, it's not an accurate statement because Celsius is not crypto. And the fact that people lost money in crypto has nothing to do with Bitcoin. It has nothing to do with the promise of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's promise is decentralized finance that cannot be manipulated by, the powers that be, the big finance brokers and Wall Street and the government and all that. Bitcoin never promised to give you a platform where you could risk your money, where they lent out your crypto. That's not crypto. Right. And we're learning a lot about storing crypto in your own wallet. Finally. So we'll talk about that tonight. But let's jump into the news. Let's get through the news. Bitcoin market wrap. Bitcoin erases weekly losses, but skepticism remains. Okay. So we're still skeptical. Okay. Climb for a third consecutive day, breaking above 2,100. That's the same as last week. Remember? We talked about Bitcoin's hat trick last week, and now we're talking, it dipped this week, and then it came back up towards the end of the week. And but that's Bitcoin. Now, today, Ethereum has been on a tear. So we can't always judge the entire crypto market just by charting the price of Bitcoin only, right? As you can see here in this article, Bitcoin is up by 1.1% over the last 24 hours, and Ethereum is up 7.2% over the last 24 hours. That's a big difference. So don't always judge the crypto market simply on the price of Bitcoin alone. It is a big metric, but it doesn't tell the entire story. Some analysts are wary of Bitcoin's surge amid a market that's averse to risk, with inflation hitting 40-year high on Wednesday and the troubled crypto lender Celsius network filing for bankruptcy on Wednesday. As you can see, the Celsius thing is affecting the whole crypto market because people don't know the difference between the crypto market and a company called Celsius. And to make matters even more confusing, Celsius, I think, had their own token too. So that just muddies the waters even more. Well, let's see what else is going on. The dollar was up earlier in the week, and then the dollar fell on Friday against stocks, bonds, and crypto. Right? Crypto, bonds, and stocks were up. So go figure. Right, and here we go. We got Bitcoin at 21,168 at the moment. Let's go over and check it out on crypto.com real quick. Let's go over there, see what crypto.com is telling us right now, 21.4, which is pretty good. And Ethereum at 13.61. They have it up at 7.84 as well over the last 24 hours. So we're looking good on crypto.com. Crypto.com is a partner of mine. Have been partnering with them for quite some time. And it's a great app for buying and selling crypto. You can also send and receive crypto. You can deposit and withdraw to your bank account. You can stake crypto. They have NFT platform. You've got your MCO Visa card for spending your crypto in the real world. So a great platform, a great partner of mine. Speaking of partners, I was contacted by both Binances. They were like, hey, we want you to promote our exchange. And I was kind of like, wow. I was really flattered that I think I told you last week that Binance US contacted me, and they were like, we see from our records that you've referred like 700 plus clients to us, and you're not on the current list or the affiliate program now. They changed their affiliate program. So Binance US got me signed up for their new affiliate program, which is through a third party. And then Binance proper contacted me, and they were like, we would like you to promote our platform. And I said, well, I'm in the US. And they said, yeah, but we have a link for you that's legal. It's a shortcut link, and you can promote our exchange on your channel. Just, make sure that you specify US residents go to Binance US, and non-US residents follow this link. And they're both, my links. So, and I've been using Binance US a lot more than Coinbase lately, because Binance US has been charging cheaper fees, and they're letting me withdraw crypto that I buy almost instantaneously. Coinbase used to do that, but now lately they've been holding my purchases for 5 to 7 business days, which I'm not a huge fan of. So we'll see. We'll talk about Coinbase in a minute. Anyway, got a bunch of affiliate links there for you guys, and a list of things we're going to do tonight. Let's get back into the news real quick. So we got that one. Let's talk a little bit about Celsius. Celsius has indeed filed for bankruptcy. And I'm trying to find the latest stories that I can for you guys. I don't want to give you stale news. This is the most recent one I can find, and I think they actually declared bankruptcy on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, when they actually filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And then this story, I've got these stories linked down below if you want to read them a little more. I'm just gonna kind of breeze over them just to get it out there so that you guys know, what's happening with these big stories. And then this story is a little more succinct as far as they owe $4.7 billion to users, but don't have the money to pay them, which is kind of a weird headline. But the other headline that I saw was that the company has a $1.2 billion hole in its books, right? In other words, they have $5.5 billion in liabilities, and $4.7 billion of which is owed to Celsius users. The problem blah, 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 blah. The problem is they're short a billion something they don't have it. So it remains to be seen whether they're going to be able to pay back their users. They're claiming that everything's fine and they're continuing to pay, but you never know. They were also saying, don't believe all the hype you hear, the day before they froze accounts. So, or they said something like, don't believe in all the FUD you hear the day before they froze everyone's accounts. So it's kind of hard to take what they say seriously after, that kind of turnaround. But anyway, so here we are. That's the current status, right? We don't know what's going to happen with anyone that has their money deposited in their platform. But I would like to reiterate one more time that this is a company involved in the crypto sector, but it is not a cryptocurrency. And when you store your crypto with Celsius, it is no longer in your wallet. You are lending your crypto to them. You are giving your crypto to them, and it is under their care. And I would also like to point out that Celsius is not really a cryptocurrency exchange in the traditional sense of the word. Generally, a cryptocurrency exchange is, I've got a list of the ones that I use, Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, BINANCE US, Kraken, KuCoin, I don't know about Clever for sure, FTX, these, Gemini, these are cryptocurrency exchanges. Their business is trading crypto or allowing people to trade crypto. And that is their function. Now, some of them get involved in other stuff. But Celsius is not in that class. Celsius is a lending platform where they invite you to deposit your crypto with them, and they will pay you a return on your crypto. Now, you can get a return on your crypto on Binance US, but that is because you can stake your crypto with them, and they're staking it themselves, right? So they're not turning around and taking your crypto and lending it out to other people. They're staking it from their own wallets, and that's why they can pay you, these rates, right? Because they're getting a return on the crypto that you've given them because they're staking it. That may not be entirely accurate, but that is much more accurate than what Celsius does. So I just want to point out the difference here. People are all up in arms over Celsius. They're all up in arms over Three Arrows Capital, which really had not a darn thing to do with crypto, except that they were invested in it, right? They were a hedge fund trading type firm that went bankrupt because they were playing fast and loose. Now, one of these articles, and that's Three Arrows Capital. That other one, Voyager, I'm sure that's some sort of investment firm too. So just because we have a couple of investment firms and a crypto lending firm in bankruptcy does not mean that the crypto sector is collapsing or that any cryptocurrency blockchains are collapsing or anything. The market is, but based on the fear of these events that really, to anyone who's been involved in crypto knows, is not really related directly to cryptocurrencies and their use case, right? These are, I want to find this article and see if it, let's see. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm going to read this article to you. Some of Celsius's crypto is tied up in long-term and illiquid crypto deployment activities. That's probably long-term staking, right? They've deposited their crypto, staked it natively in platforms where you have to commit to a certain time to get a higher rate, like a 1-year commitment or a 3-year commitment. There are such chains where you can do that. And the return is great, but your crypto is locked up. So they've done that. And as you can see, they did it out of greed, right? They were looking for a higher rate of return. And in exchange, they figured they wouldn't mind tying up their crypto, right? Their principal crypto, okay? Some of Celsius's crypto assets have been loaned to third parties. Well, that's the big one, right? They loaned it out probably to big institutions like Three Arrows Capital or Voyager, and they were overextended, and now they're bankrupt and can't pay Celsius back, right? And then we've got this other one, and some of Celsius's crypto assets have been pledged in support of borrowings, okay, which I believe are, the people that have their crypto stored there, I guess. I'm not sure. Pledged in support of borrowings. I don't quite understand who's borrowing from who here. But anyway. Well, I guess you could say if I lend out, or if Celsius lends out, $1 million in crypto to, XYZ company, there's a contract there that says XYZ company has a certain amount of time to pay that loan back. They can't just call in the loan and say, oh, by the way, that fixed loan that you got from us over, 5 years, we want all of it now. They can't do that because they've signed contracts with these firms, right? So their crypto's tied up in those. Let's see. Or sold to generate cash, used to acquire Bitcoin mining equipment, right? So they were taking their people's hard-earned crypto and lending it out or selling it outright to raise capital so that they could invest in Bitcoin mining equipment. So all the stuff they're doing is they're borrowing from today, or they're borrowing from tomorrow to make profits today. This is all risky behavior. Not strictly illegal, but risky, right? I would never recommend anyone do this with their crypto portfolio. I shy away from telling people to, make crypto loans, borrow money against their crypto. It's not really a great idea because of the volatility of crypto. If this were, an individual doing all of this stuff with the money, like they're buying up all this stuff on their credit cards, and then using that money to get involved in risky investments, right? That's like some guy that goes out and maxes all his credit cards so he can get 10 grand and go dump it into some, pie in the sky thing. It's not, stable investing behavior, right? But when the crypto market is frothy, everybody gets greedy. They're gonna, milk it to the max, right? Which is great when the market's going up, but a poor strategy when the market is going down, right? So that's really is what's going on here. We have some players within the market that overextended themselves, and now, it's coming home, right? Because the crypto market's down. So, but this has nothing to do with Bitcoin being a bad technology or Ethereum being a bad technology. So let's talk about Ethereum right now. Ethereum's merge projected for September, according to soft timeline. So we've been waiting for this merge for a while now. I think it was supposed to happen at the end of 2021, but it got delayed, right? So, but we're coming up on it now. The actual merge where Ethereum will switch from proof of work to proof of stake, right? Let me just jump in here and make sure that nobody's screaming at me and I can't hear you or I can't see you or whatever. I'm pretty sure Binance US allows you to receive Matic BEP20. Yeah, I believe it does. Just while we're on it real quick, I'm going to get through with the news here. But if you have, I believe they support Matic fully. Sometimes it's down, but you can deposit. Let's see what we got here. You can deposit Matic in any form, right? BEP20, Binance Smart Chain form, ERC20, which is the most expensive form, or native Polygon Matic, right? And you should also be able to withdraw it. I don't know if it'll let me do it. It won't because I don't have any in the wallet. But yeah, Binance US does support Matic, native Matic, which is really. Anyway, let me try to get through the news. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So because they've just announced this soft, estimate as to when they'll be finished. The price of Ethereum is surging today, right? At one point, it was up 13% earlier today, most likely on the enthusiasm generated by this target date for the Ethereum Merge, right? The Ethereum Merge is an upgrade to the Ethereum network from proof of work to proof of stake, which proof of work is churning away and solving mathematical problems to generate new crypto and process transactions. Proof of stake is where you have nodes and you can stake. There's validators that stake their tokens, and those servers, the more tokens they have staked on their servers, the more powerful those servers are, and they process transactions and pay rewards to people that are staking with them, right? Most of the cryptos now are turning to proof of stake. Has its weaknesses and strengths, but Ethereum has been talking about this transition for a long time. Don't get scammed. There's a lot of, let's see if they have one. If I can find one here. I don't want to click open a video, but sometimes I've noticed that on my live stream over on the side, there's like one of those fake live YouTube talking about the Bitcoin Ethereum merge, like Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to merge. I don't know. There's just so many scams out there. You got to watch out. Let's see. Let's get through the news here. So that's Ethereum. I wanted to bring up Ripple because Ripple is still fighting the SEC in court. If you remember, Ripple was really hot. It's 2017, 18, 19, and I'm not sure exactly when it was. It was 2020, maybe early 2021, when they were sued by the SEC for, marketing unlicensed stocks, and the price of XRP tanked down to like 20 cents. But they've been fighting in a court. They've got a lot of, clout. They got good lawyers. They have a lot of money to fight in court, and they're putting up a really good fight against the SEC. The case has been dragging along here, but they're making headway, right? They're, it's not over till the fat lady sings, right? And they spent a lot of money defending themselves against the SEC. And so they've recently, basically there's some notes of a gentleman who gave a speech, Judge Sarah Netburn. No, wait, I'm sorry, that's the judge. Hinman is someone that was, I guess, a former SEC member, and he gave a speech, and in that speech he talked about that they hadn't determined whether XRP was a security or not, and XRP wants to use those notes or that speech in their defense. And there's been a lot of back and forth as to whether or not it's going to be admissible as evidence in court. The SEC is fighting it, and they're going back and forth. But I guess XRP won this round, so that's positive news for Ripple, the company, and good news for XRP in the short term, at least. Doesn't mean they've won or anything of the sort. It just means that they won this particular battle in the court. But what I like to point out about all of this is that when this all started, crypto, back in 2017 and 18, crypto was pretty much laughed at in the corridors of power and finance, right? But in something changed in 2020 and 21. People started taking notice of crypto big time. Institutions, banks, even if it was only for their own central bank digital currencies, their own blockchain-based digital currencies. But now that the big guys are involved, crypto is a bigger deal, right? And so now people aren't just turning up their nose at companies like Ripple, who are involved, and Ripple is involved in the back end of bank transfers, right? Even with central bank digital currencies, if countries develop their own central bank digital currencies, their own private blockchain-based cryptos, which are evil, they can still use Ripple's underlying technology to convert crypto internationally using the XRP blockchain. That's kind of the business model of the Ripple company, is that, oh, you want to send US dollars to Germany in exchange, and you want German, I don't know, francs, I guess, over there, whatever Germans use. The Deutsch. I don't know what their currency is. Let's do France, French franc. So you convert your US dollar to XRP, you send it across the blockchain, and then over in France, the XRP is exchanged for French francs. And that's XRP's business model. They could do the same thing with central bank digital currencies. So it's not over for XRP. Now, but what I was trying to point out, though, is this is an interesting take on the story, and I want to turn that off. A federal judge is accusing...
Bitcoin was thought of as an inflation hedge.
Here, I'm trying to stop there. They're accusing the SEC of hypocrisy, right? And if you'll notice, this is a Fox Business story. And Fox is conservative, right-wing, right? They only promote their viewpoint usually, right? And because the administration is Democratic and left-leaning as opposed to Republican conservative, Fox is generally antagonistic towards the current administration, right? So you would expect them to sort of have this type of story where a judge says, the SEC, and the SEC is part of the Biden administration, right? They're supposed to be objective, but they're basically aligned with the Biden administration and the Democrats, right? So, but what I'm trying to point out here is that the SEC, when they first filed this suit against XRP, was way up here, right? And Ripple and XRP was way down here, right? You got the big bad SEC filing a suit against this fly-by-night crypto company. Well, attitudes have changed over that time, right? And now the SEC is looking like the fly-by-night, right? We have rampant inflation. We're heading into a recession. Everyone's against, or doubting the abilities of the government and the Fed and the powers that be, the economic powers and the regulators. If they're so smart, then how come, gas is $5? I mean, that's your general John Q. Public perception, right? If they're so smart, how come I'm like paying more for gas and my groceries? How come I'm getting screwed, right? If they're so smart and they're looking out for the interests of the American people, then how come there's supply chain issues and inflation and recession and all this stuff happening? So people are not holding the SEC in such high regard as they were when they actually filed this suit. And so we're seeing evening of the playing field going on. That's my take on this, right? The SEC and the government is not as revered as they were when this whole thing started, right? Ripple has a pretty good chance of coming out okay. And now, and I don't have a story on this, but we also know that the SEC just rejected another Bitcoin ETF. And that's starting to wear thin too, right? In the beginning, when the SEC was rejecting all these Bitcoin exchange traded funds, it was like, oh, well, the SEC knows better, right? We know we can't have these fly-by-night crypto ETFs, defrauding the American public. Well, now the American public is not listening to the SEC. They've approved a lot more sketchier ETFs than a Bitcoin ETF. And people are starting to realize that maybe the SEC isn't all it's cracked up to be, right? Anyway, that's my take. I think I'm done with the news, right? Let's see. Ooh. Okay. So Lola Bunny is asking about yeah, let's just hide you. I'm sorry, but you're just a little too hyper. I'll put you in timeout. Maybe you can come back in later. I like when people are excited, but don't pump coins, and give people a chance to get in a word edgewise. But I didn't, I don't know you. I don't know. I've got a lot of people that get really excited in the live stream, and they're like posting comments. I guess there's nothing wrong with that, right? Just kind of keep it civil and slow down. A lot of people in here. Really, what I'm here to do is take questions for people that have issues with their crypto, right? So I think I got all of my points in, right? My point is that the big points for this week: Celsius is not Bitcoin. Three Arrows Capital is not the crypto market. Voyager is not the crypto market. Celsius was involved in risky behavior with other people's money, right? But they are not crypto, right? Also, I would also like to point out, I touched on this slightly, staking your crypto, you could stake with exchanges, right? But you can also stake natively in third-party platforms. You can stake DOT natively. You can stake BNB natively. You can stake, Ethereum, that's kind of iffy because of Lido. But you can stake Cardano natively. Staking crypto is not using a crypto lending platform. And a lot of people get that confused too. I've seen a lot of comments on my YouTube channel. Oh, I'm scared of staking now. Everyone's losing. Staking is not a crypto lending platform. So if you stake your coins, now there's a couple kinds of staking, right? There's native staking and there's DeFi staking. So native staking is very stable and it pays a decent return. DeFi staking is a little riskier because you're using smart contracts on a DeFi platform for staking, which is what Celsius was doing. Celsius was putting up collateral on DeFi platforms and borrowing against their crypto collateral. You can do that on DeFi platforms. But the company Celsius was beyond that, right? The company Celsius, you're actually giving them your crypto to use as they please, just like you do with a U.S. bank, right? When you deposit money in your bank, there's not a little shoebox behind the teller with, Rex Nisley's money on it, right? They don't put your money in a little cubby hole and wait for you to come ask for it again. They take your money and they mix it in with all of their money and they do whatever they want with it because it's their money once you give it to them to do with as they please, right? The only thing the bank gives you in return is a promise to pay you back if you ask for it, right? And that could end up null and void if the bank goes belly up. If we have, a major financial meltdown in the economy, the dollar loses its value and reserve status, and banks fail and that sort of thing. It's never happened to us, but it happened during the Depression, right? So one of my friends was asking me about, and I think JDO asked me to cover this. I didn't get a chance because we were out of town, but he wanted me to show you kind of which exchanges had FDIC guarantees and which didn't. And that is a good demarcation line, right? Because if your funds are FDIC insured, then that's better. But my friend Aaron pointed out that, and I can't remember the name of the firm, unfortunately, at the moment, but some of them were insuring whatever funds you had deposited in the exchange. And then another firm, I don't want to pull up my emails right now, was only guaranteeing the money that was in transit if your bank was FDIC insured. So you have to be real careful about that. But yeah, I mean, a crypto firm that has some sort of FDIC guarantee is better than one that does not. But I really don't know how that would work with an exchange, right? And I think I've said this many times, the FDIC insurance is a special branch of the government that guarantees bank deposits, and they have a certain amount in their rescue fund, right? Well, if you take all of the money that everyone has deposited in FDIC insured bank accounts, the amount of money that the FDIC has in their fund, their rescue fund, is like not even 1/10 of that amount of money that's in FDIC insured bank accounts. So if we get rampant bank runs, the FDIC does not have the funds to reimburse everyone. And that's going to be a really cold lesson, that the FDIC was created after the Great Depression to make people trust their banks more. And if, one S&L fails, sure, FDIC can come in there and cover the depositors. But if we have cascading bank failures, FDIC is not going to do us any good. I did want to talk about a couple of other things. Oh, yeah, the last few articles that I wanted to talk about were how to spot bad crypto funds. I don't see any, at the moment, any outstanding questions at the moment. Let's see, Jitbug. What's your strategy for reducing fees when removing Bitcoin crypto off exchanges? Remove immediately or in target increments? Every exchange will charge you some kind of withdrawal fee. So, and it's generally a percentage. Sometimes it's flat. So you're better off making targeted withdrawals as opposed to incremental withdrawals, I guess would be the quick answer to that, especially with the flat fee type things. But the percentage, it doesn't really matter that much. And I'm usually doing small amounts, like 50, 60 bucks. So, and I want to demo what I'm doing, so I'm not worried that much about losing a couple, $3. But as, a frugal investor, you might want to take a look at that and decide, maybe you don't need to withdraw every time you make a dollar cost average purchase, right? And your money is relatively safe in an exchange like BINANCE US or Coinbase, and it's not going to just dry up and disappear, within reason, right? You might want to every month or every 3 months or every 6 months make your withdrawal if you're doing weekly purchases or whatever. It's entirely up to you. I like to keep my crypto in my own wallet, but if you want to save money, it's better not to, get a bunch of withdrawal charges if you can avoid them, right? Withdraw in bulk rather than piecemeal. But I did want to also point out, a lot of people, and I want to find it here. Oh, here it is. Ben Armstrong. And I guess Ben Armstrong is the crypto BitBoy, right? People are always telling me about BitBoy. So here he tweets, Coinbase shut down their affiliate program and are getting rid of Coinbase Pro. Recent history would suggest there could be trouble ahead for Coinbase, so tread lightly. If Coinbase were to go insolvent, this would break crypto and the crypto space like we've never seen before, right? A pretty bold statement, right? What's this recent history he's talking about? Is he talking about Celsius and Three Arrows Capital and Voyager? Those businesses are not even close to Coinbase's business model, right? So why is he raising the alarm on Coinbase? Coinbase has not said anything about having any kind of, inkling of being in any kind of financial trouble. They laid some people off, right? That doesn't mean they're going to go bankrupt. That probably means they're not going to go bankrupt, right? Because they're watching their, when the crypto market's flush, you're hiring and you're expanding. And when the crypto market pulls back and you have less business, you pull back, you lay off some of your staff, right? They may have had too many people, whatever. But here, and then right after he says this, he goes, but honestly, I think the chances of that happening are pretty low. But we can't rule anything out after what we've seen over the last few months. Okay. So the first tweet, 4,797 likes. The doom and gloom tweet, right? 857 retweets. His follow-up, right? 840 and 181 replies, 46 retweets, right? And then some other people agree with him. Oh yeah, Coinbase is about to go bust, right? Now here's a very intelligent reply. Is this what it takes to be a crypto influencer? To regurgitate old news without any context? Create fear? Coinbase holds twice the cash it has in debt, and all features of Coinbase Pro are getting integrated into the main app, so no need for the Pro version. You can't just skim the headline, right? And then this one, clickbait influencers are best avoided, especially as under the salacious headline is, but it's unlikely to happen comment from the same person, right? So salacious headlines to get clicks and views, and then a follow-up. That's almost like, a big newspaper breaking some huge story, that gets a lot of views and clicks, and then it's not entirely accurate, right? And then they issue a retraction a few weeks later on page 7, right? Which isn't, that's the method there, right? And as I mentioned earlier, when the market's up, if you're pro market, right, no one's paying attention to you, right? But if the market's down and then you jump on the doom and gloom bandwagon, all right, then you're getting clicks, right? So market's up, I'm looking for clicks by telling everybody it's going to keep going up. Market's down, I'm looking for clicks telling people it's going to continue to go down. I think I had mentioned that earlier, even on the Fox News reporter was interviewing somebody about the current state of the crypto market. And they were predicting doom and gloom and people were being lied to and all this stuff. And it's just like, so don't believe all the hype, right? Let's see. There was a news story that I guess I didn't have linked up here. Let me see if I can find it. Pretty sure I put it in here. Here it is. How to avoid a crypto pump and dump scheme, right? My channel is based on technical support, but I talk about the market and I talk about the news and what affects the crypto market. But I also want to try to help you guys navigate through all the BS. And this is a pretty good article. It's linked down below, so if you want to read it in its entirety, that's a good idea. Pump and dump is when a crypto is orchestrated a fraud. So basically, they'll come out with a coin. There'll be some developers and some investors that make a coin, and then they'll pay somebody to promote their coin. Usually some kind of celebrity, right? So you mislead investors. They purchase their own tokens to artificially inflate the price, and then they get A-list celebrities and YouTubers to pump their project, right? Once the investors have purchased the tokens at inflated prices, the people owning the biggest pile of tokens sell out, resulting in an immediate crash in the tokens' prices. While fraudsters disguise pump and dump schemes under the pretext of creating the next batch of crypto millionaires, knowledgeable investors have the upper hand in identifying and avoiding their involvement, right? So the general argument with these is, wouldn't you like to own the next Bitcoin, right? They play upon not only your greed, but your disappointment, right? So if you miss the boat on Bitcoin and now you're, hitting yourself in the head because you didn't buy Bitcoin when you had the chance, or Ethereum when you had the chance, or Solana when you had the chance, or Polkadot or Cardano when you had the chance, they're going to play on that disappointment and try to tell you, oh, here's the new one, right? You better get in now before it's too late, because you're already a loser, right? You already missed Bitcoin. You already missed Cardano. So don't be a loser anymore. Be a winner and jump on this, right? So they're playing on, they're playing upon your fear and disappointment and your greed all at the same time, right? Anybody that tells you that you don't have time, that time is running out, that is like, I don't know, a sales technique number in the top 2, 3, or 4. You don't have time. That's always the pitch, right? Order now, and if you order within the next 10 minutes, blah, 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 it's always you don't have enough time. Anybody that appeals to your sense of time is probably manipulating you. If you hear something or you read an article and your first thought is, I better do this now, they've just manipulated you. So watch out for sales pitches that involve you're running out of time or you need to do this now. That is a tried and true sales technique. So don't get, hung or hooked by these kinds of pitches. It's this old, there were probably people in ancient Rome selling stuff, buy this vase now before everyone else has it, that's like the you should spot those right away, right? They play on your greed, they play on your fear, and they tell you you're running out of time. You better do it now, right? They talk about, and then they'll talk about their record, right? Oh yeah, last, 2 years ago, I told everyone to buy Dogecoin or whatever coin. Now I'm telling you to buy this. Watch out, man. Just watch out. Celebrities. And then here's a tweet from the BINANCE exchange. Superstars do not equal crypto experts, right? And you've got to wonder, if you're busy making music or, spending time on location, film and movies, how much time do you have to really do research into, crypto and the latest trends, right? How much of an expert are you in that just because you're famous? I'm not trying to put anybody down, right? I don't really even know any of these celebrities they're talking about. I just kind of stick to reading the news. I'm not a big sports fan. I like music, but I just listen to playlists in my car of genres, right? I don't follow celebrities, But anyway, always look out for those sort of pitches, right? Elon Musk was accused of manipulating crypto prices. Hopefully now Elon Musk has made himself somewhat irrelevant as far as crypto is concerned. I think that has worn off, right? It was big in early 2021 was when Elon Musk was pushing the price of Bitcoin and the entire crypto market up and down with his tweets. And at that time, I was like, man, I cannot wait for the day where Elon Musk's opinion stops mattering with the crypto market, because it shouldn't. I'm bully if he was, he is behind crypto, but a little bit unstable. People that are smart that are behind crypto, like Jack Dorsey, he's involved in the guts of crypto. Over on Square, they're trying to make crypto, they're working on a better blockchain over there. He believes he's kind of a Bitcoin maximalist, right? But we've got people like Andreas Antonopoulos. If you really want to know about crypto, you should be, come on. Whoops. There we go. You should be following people like him. This guy knows what he's talking about, and he's a Bitcoin maximalist, but he wrote the book, Mastering Bitcoin and Mastering Ethereum. And I think I've got a link to that book down here, if you're interested. There's Mastering Bitcoin on GitHub if you want to just read it for free. And there's the link if you want to buy the book, right? If you're interested in crypto, you should be reading about how it works and what it's all about, its use case. And if you're looking to get rich, there's nothing wrong with that, but just do your research and make sure that the project that you're interested in is a solid investment. And if it's a solid investment, then you have time, right? The crypto market's down right now in general. Sentiment is down. So if you're looking for that next moon ride, now's the time to take your time and do your research. And don't jump on something that you saw somebody tweet about and then think you've got you got to buy it within the hour to take advantage of the opportunity. Anything that needs, your immediate attention is probably not worth your time, right? Anything that's worth investing in is worth you spending a few days doing some research into, or a few weeks, whatever the case may be. Don't just jump on something because so-and-so says something about it, right? That's bad, risky behavior, right? Don't jump on something you read about in a Telegram chat window or a Discord chat window. It's like you're just looking for trouble. So I think we've covered that enough, right? So let's see. Well, it's 7 o'clock already. We've been messing around for a whole hour now and haven't moved anything, have I? Well, if you recall, last week I bought some crypto on FTX, and I couldn't withdraw it right away. I think I can withdraw it now. So I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and launch Ledger Live. Also, we tried the Ledger Live FTX swap, and it didn't work as far as I know. I even sent FTX the transaction ID and said I never got my Ethereum. And then they came back within 24 hours and said, it looks like it finished on our end. And I'm like, it may have finished on your end, but I still don't have my Ethereum. Whoops. It was only like 50, 60 bucks worth of Ethereum, so I'm not that worried about it. But let's take a look and see, right? It should have come into Ethereum hidden. Oh, well, no, I don't think it did. I just think Ethereum hidden went up. Yeah, so I never did get the Ethereum from that swap. What should have happened was that I swapped Bitcoin for Ethereum, right? And I should have received 0.06 Ethereum in my Ethereum hidden wallet on that date, which was 7/9. But I never did. Like if we look over here, the last transaction in was 6/27. So I have I never received the Ethereum from that swap. I'm not going to sweat it. I sent them a support ticket. They came back and said, "Oh, it went through on our end," and I was like, "But it didn't." So I don't know if I'll ever get it back. But it wasn't, it wasn't 10 grand. So, but I'm a little leery of using this whole swap thing. I don't know. Dan said he used it; it worked fine. Yeah. Anyway. All right, but let's go ahead and I want to show you guys how to store crypto in your own wallet. I mean, most of you that are here every week know how this works, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it, right? Let's use Bitcoin main. We want to deposit some crypto in this account. I can simply click receive. Now, this is Ledger Live. This is the interface to my Ledger device. I have a Ledger device. The device is a keychain more than a wallet, right? The device holds the private keys of your crypto wallet. Now, I can store crypto in my wallet without the need to connect the device, right? I can click continue and then just say I don't have my device. And Ledger Live can generate a brand new Bitcoin receiving address for me without having the device attached, right? All of the information that is needed is within Ledger Live, the public, portion of the wallet. Now, you can verify the address by having the device attached, but basically that's just confirming that the account is matched to the device. I'm confident that it is, so I skip that step, right? So I don't need to have the device attached in order to receive crypto, right? We're going to copy this into our clipboard. Let's go over to FTX. I think I should still be there. Let me refresh and see if I'm still logged in. I don't know why Coinbase Wallet keeps popping up when I open FTX. I'm a little concerned about that. I don't know what that's all about. There, it's like 3 times in a row, and then finally it goes away. No, maybe 4 times in a row. Well, I'm about to delete my Coinbase Wallet app. And why would Coinbase Wallet pop up when I go into FTX? That's another mystery. That's a mystery for another day. All right, so let's go over here to Bitcoin. Let's do our withdrawal. All right, let's do it all. Let's take it all out. Let's paste in that Bitcoin address from our wallet. Withdrawal method any. How is any other? So there's more? Well, Bitcoin, right? I would assume I want Bitcoin. Let's see. We got everything here. I'm not going to save the address with FTX because a new one gets generated every time in Ledger Live. So it would be kind of pointless to save the address. Although I could continue to withdraw to this address in perpetuity, right? Because the address will always work. Even when new ones get generated, previous Bitcoin addresses will continue to work. So I could whitelist this address if I wanted to, but I would prefer to let my wallet generate fresh addresses every time. It preserves privacy. So you don't have all of your transactions on, in one address. Let's hit withdraw here and see what happens. Let's see. Is it going to tell me it's... Oh, well, that was weird. It didn't ask me to did two-factor or anything. It gave me the SMS two-factor when I logged in. And then I was going to switch it over to Google Authenticator. But when I went to do it, it said that when you change your two-factor method, that withdrawals will be suspended for 24 hours. And I was just, it was only a couple hours before the live stream, and I didn't want withdrawals suspended. So I left it where it's at, which is two-factor SMS, which is not as secure as Google Authenticator. But we're just getting started. Okay, so now it says I have 0 Bitcoin. Let's see. Oh, that takes me there. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with how this works. But I would like to... Oh, here. Deposits, withdrawals. All right, so I'm withdrawing Bitcoin. It's only been requested at this point. They didn't send me an email as far as I can see. Or did they? Let me look here. Oh, they did. Okay. So they just sent me a withdrawal. Basically, I don't have to confirm it. Let me show you what that is. It's basically like a fraud alert email. Basically just telling me that we saw that you just made a withdrawal. We have received a request to withdraw this Bitcoin to this address. If you did not make this request, please change your password and contact customer support immediately. I did, so I'm not going to do that. And then they say withdrawals are processed within a few hours. So we'll see. Well, let's hit continue here. It's done. And yeah, so hopefully we'll see another Bitcoin transaction come in within the next few minutes. Well, this is actually the first time I've ever tried to withdraw Bitcoin from FTX. I just set up the account last week because I'd sort of been meaning to set up an FTX account for a while, and so I just did it last week. So it's all, we're kind of groping in the dark together, right? Yeah, so I don't see it in the wallet yet, but let's go ahead and do our Ethereum withdrawal. Let's withdraw to Ethereum main so it doesn't get all mushed in with Ethereum hidden. I'll do the same thing. I'll just do it receive, right? I've set up my wallet. It's in Ledger Live. I don't need to connect the device in order to verify that this is linked to my device, because I am sure, right? If you've been using Ledger Live for a while and you only have one Bitcoin and one Ethereum account, this is perfectly acceptable way to generate your Ethereum address. And by the way, the Ethereum address never changes, right? So after a while, you'll recognize it. So no need for me to verify with the device. Copy it into my clipboard. Let's go back over to FTX. Oh, now it says it's sending. Okay. Well, let's see what happens over here. Let's go back over to Bitcoin main. Still not quite here yet. Let's give it a minute. I don't want to get too rambunctious. Oh, did it just come in? Yeah, there. Okay. So the Bitcoin has arrived in the wallet. Now, this little icon here with the little clock down in the corner says it's not completely confirmed yet. Does not mean that you don't have it. It just means at the moment it's unspendable. But once you see it arrive in your wallet, you can rest assured that it's safe and secure in your wallet. Also, If it says $48.84, and when you looked at it over on FTX, it was worth $49.35, don't freak out because there was a 30-cent difference. That's really not important. What's important is the amount of BTC. Every pricing API is slightly different. So if you see a small dollar discrepancy between what you withdrew and what you received, it's not a big deal. And sometimes it's due to a withdrawal fee. I didn't notice what their withdrawal fee was on Bitcoin, but they might have one. Let's go back to Ethereum. Let's withdraw this Ethereum. By the way, last week we bought $50 worth of Ethereum. And because Ethereum has risen so much, it's now worth 55. That's pretty cool. All right, so we'll withdraw the max on our Ethereum, which is 0.41. Now, I would expect there to be a bigger withdrawal fee for Ethereum. I could save this. I will, just for giggles. And I could call this one Ethereum main. Whoops. That way, it makes sense to me. Like I said, Ethereum addresses never change. So I'll always be withdrawing to this same address anyway. So no need. All right, no need to worry about, sending it over and over again to this address. That's the way Ethereum works. Let's find out how much that is. That withdrawal fee that they're charging. Boom. 67 cents. Not bad. Right, so a 67-cent withdrawal fee, not too bad. Oh, higher than my max withdrawal amount. Some of your funds aren't withdrawable yet. You have balances credited from ACH or credit card deposits. You can look at your deposit history and check when we expect deposits to clear. Well, that's kind of weird that I spent $100 with them. Oh, maybe that's what it is. I spent $100 with them 7 days ago. But they were willing to let me withdraw 50 of it. So it seems like partially cleared. They may, at this point, be willing to let me withdraw all of it, but not more than it. I don't know. Because now the Ethereum is worth more. So technically, I'm withdrawing $105 worth on a $100 deposit. But my assumption is if the $100 has already cleared, then they shouldn't be holding my Ethereum at this point. I might be able to withdraw less. Let's see what happens if we do 4. No? How about 3? No, it still says amount too high. Well, that's weird that they let me withdraw the, let's try 2. Okay, they'll let me withdraw 2. That's kind of weird. I'm not going to do that. I'll just wait until I can withdraw it all. But seems odd. But it hasn't quite been a week, right? Business day wise, right? It's been a week since the last live stream when we bought this, but not all business day. There haven't been 7 business days in between the 2 live streams. So maybe that's why. But I'm surprised that they allowed me to withdraw the $50 worth. Just odd. So still not too crazy about FTX and their policies as far as when I can deposit and when I can withdraw, right? Anybody got any insight into that? 10% gain in 1 week. Only need 387% more to break even. That's funny. What is the percent of coin are accurately working on a project that will benefit the business, health, or humane? That's a rather broad question. I don't know. Do you mean over the entire crypto sector, or are you just talking about what percentage of Ethereum is working on a project that will benefit the business, health, or humanitarian? Yeah, that's overly broad. I can't really address that very well. All right. You have to look at each crypto use case, right? My view is that Bitcoin is one of the most pure projects out there that benefits. It's a decentralized digital currency that anyone can acquire and use anywhere in the world. And it's not controlled by any central banks. And it's about as free as you can get, and about as humane and socially conscious as you can get. The only problem is there's a lot of people that bash Bitcoin for not being green enough, and so they claim that Bitcoin does not benefit humanity because of its carbon footprint. But we've gone over and over that argument before, and it doesn't really hold water because the current financial system has a much bigger carbon footprint than Bitcoin, and we use that, right? Bitcoin is a new paradigm, so to just try to discount it just because it uses electricity is disingenuous. So anyway, but that's just an analysis of one coin and its contribution to society at large, right? So that was kind of weird. We weren't able to withdraw our Ethereum from FTX, but they did allow us to withdraw our Bitcoin that we bought last week. So I don't know where you could... Oh, okay. Is this what this is? The page provides an overview of your open positions. Collateral used by outstanding futures, spot balances. It was weird that they were going to let me withdraw 0.02 Ethereum, but not the full Ethereum balance. I'm not sure what their logic was in that. Let's see, balances. Well, yeah, I've got $27 in US dollar that I deposited through ACH last week. And I used some of that to buy this Ethereum. And now they're claiming I can't take the Ethereum out because I don't have enough. Oh, how do they say it? Let's try it again. Whoops, that's not it. Sorry, wrong one. What is it that they're telling me? Some of my funds aren't withdrawable yet. You have balances credited from ACH that haven't fully cleared. Okay. Well, that's where we're at with that. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, I wanted to get to MetaMask this week because I didn't get to MetaMask last week. So let's go. Yeah, we're over here in Chrome, which is where I do most of my DeFi stuff. Let's go here and first I'm going to sign in to MetaMask. Whoops. Maybe my caps is on. Okay, that worked. Let's see. What should we cover first? Let's start with chains, right? We talked about chains, where I was planning on talking about chains last week and didn't really talk about chains much. So when you install MetaMask in your browser and you set it up cold, they're going to give you a backup phrase, and you'll end up with a wallet that looks something like this, right? It'll say account 1, it'll have a 0 Ethereum balance. And if you look up here at the top, it tells you that you're on the Ethereum mainnet. That's the default for MetaMask, right? Now, why am I talking about MetaMask, right? When my go-to wallet is my Ledger, and I use I have all of these cryptos that I can manage within my Ledger Live, and the private keys are protected with this device. Why in the world would I want to mess around with MetaMask, right? You may well ask. Well, the reason why I'm messing around with MetaMask is because it is a powerful wallet that will allow you to do more than just send and receive and store crypto. MetaMask will allow you to interact with multiple chains and many different websites, kind of Web3, so to speak, right? It allows you to interact with DeFi websites, with NFT websites like OpenSea and Rarible. All of those websites support MetaMask. Now, Ledger is working on their own third-party type wallet called Ledger Connect, but I don't think it's out of beta yet. So, and that's just recent. So over the last few years, if you really wanted to get to the nitty-gritty and interact with the cutting-edge stuff like DeFi and liquidity pools and staking on liquidity pools, crypto lending, you know, if you put up your collateral, all that stuff that can be risky, but that's cutting-edge stuff. And swapping, like for brand new tokens like Uniswap or SushiSwap, tokens you can't get on exchanges yet. That kind of cutting edge stuff is supported with MetaMask. That's why I'm messing around with MetaMask. All right. Now, most of that stuff that I just brought up can be done on the Ethereum chain, right? And that's just one facet of MetaMask. MetaMask supports the Ethereum virtual machine. And there's more than just one cryptocurrency that runs on the Ethereum virtual chain. There are a lot of other cryptocurrencies that if you configure the network properly, you can interact with them using MetaMask, right? So if we look at a website here called chainlist.org, chainlist.org is a quick and easy way to set up your MetaMask wallet with brand new chains. Now, they have the top ones at the top, the most popular ones. They've got Ethereum Mainnet, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche C Chain, Polygon, Kronos, Phantom, and then some others that I haven't used yet, some of them that I have. But I'm going to, normally what you would have to do would, like say something like Avalanche C Chain MetaMask. How to add an Avalanche C Chain on MetaMask, right? And then I would have to go down here, follow all these instructions, and then find these settings that they're going to give me here, right? Chain ID, symbol, RPC URL. See, they give you all this stuff in this Medium article. And you would enter them manually, right, in MetaMask. So you would go into your settings, and then you would go into your networks, and then you would say add network, and then you would put in all that information. Kind of a hassle, right, but doable. But a much easier way to do that is to go over to Chainlist and connect your wallet, and then let Chainlist do all that for you automatically. So the first thing we'll do is we'll connect our MetaMask wallet. And I need to be in this wallet. We're just playing around right now. This is our basic MetaMask, right? It's not connected to any hardware devices. It's an empty Ethereum wallet. It's the default wallet when we first set up, right? Now that we've connected, and we're still not connected to it, are we? Okay. Let me refresh. Okay, there. Now it's connected to that default wallet that we were talking about here. Let's go back. Close this out. Right, ends in BBE5. Right, now that we've connected the wallet, we can add chains at will automatically, right? So let's say I want to add the Gnosis chain, and I'm going to, because I don't know anything about this chain, all I know is that it has a particular network setting and that I can click add to MetaMask, and it's going to pull up my MetaMask wallet and offer me all of the settings on the fly. I don't have to like punch them in myself, right? If I approve that, it's going to put those settings in my MetaMask, add that network, and switch me over to that network. So now if I go back here, I've got yeah. Okay. So it seems like it lasts for about 5 seconds, right? It's really, I've kind of got beyond it now. And what were we? We're almost done with the live stream. We were already an hour and a half in, and that was the first time it happened. So hopefully won't go too much longer. Anyway, so now I've configured a brand new network automatically using Chainlist, right? You can do it the hard way if you want, right? Just Google what you're after. You remember I Googled Avalanche C-Chain MetaMask to get that Medium article. And I could do it the hard way, the manual way, or I could use Chainlist. It's pretty easy. But what I'd like to show you now is that my MetaMask has multiple chains configured already, right? So, and I can switch between the chains, right? So I can switch to the Oasis chain, right? Notice the token changes, and the icon may or may not update properly. Sometimes there's icon information, sometimes there isn't. Let's switch it over to Binance Smart Chain, which is probably one of the second most popular Ethereum virtual machine network, right? Notice that the coin changes to BNB. And also notice there's a little bit of BNB in there. Interesting. It wasn't showing up when I was looking at it on the Ethereum network, but as soon as I switch network, the coin showed up, right? Because it's a completely different chain, right? But they're all based on the Ethereum virtual machine. That is why, MetaMask only supports Ethereum virtual machine based chains, right? You can't, there's no Bitcoin network compatibility in MetaMask, right? MetaMask is not, you can't store Bitcoin in MetaMask wallet unless it's wrapped Bitcoin or some other derivative of Bitcoin. But it is EVM, Ethereum virtual machine based chains that are supported, but very flexible, right? We can, we've got the Phantom network. We've got the Avalanche C-Chain network, right? So we have, and notice there the coin changed to AVAX and the icon updated, right? So the reason why we would configure for AVAX is if we wanted to trade AVAX on an Avalanche-based DeFi platform, similar like Traders, right? If we wanted to go to Trader Joe and do some trading using Avalanche, then we could connect our MetaMask wallet. And notice there are a lot of other wallets that are also compatible. MetaMask is kind of the big one. I'll just do it on the empty one for now. All right, now it's connected. And I could conceivably trade on it, right? I'd have to fund the wallet with a little bit of AVAX. Like I could go buy AVAX on probably Binance US. So we can check that. Let's see here. I would imagine they support it. I don't know if they support the chain, though. Yes, they support AVX C-Chain, right? So you could purchase it on Binance US and withdraw it to your MetaMask wallet over on the, oh, what did I do? I lost my MetaMask. That's okay. We'll just open it again there. Yeah. Must have closed the tab. So that's configuring networks, right? You switch networks, you switch chains, you can trade on different websites that are associated with the different chains, all using the MetaMask wallet. So very versatile wallet, right? Not only that, but, and that's, we're just in one account right now. MetaMask supports multiple accounts. So if I click here, you can see that I have other accounts that are set up, right? You can have multiple accounts, and you, like this, whoops, this one here has a little more AVAX in it, right? So I can set up multiple accounts. So if, and a lot of, I think somebody asked me last week, I was watching the live stream the next day, and they said, what would be the reason for having more than one Bitcoin account in your Ledger Live? And the answer to that is simply an organization tool, right? There's nothing that says you should spread your Bitcoin across multiple accounts. There's no rule that says you have to keep all your Bitcoin in one account. It's simply a matter of, you know, for your own purposes of organization. You're like, okay, this is the account where I keep most of my Bitcoin, right? This is the, and then I have this other account that I set up for affiliate payments. That's me, right? But you may have, you know, here's a Bitcoin account that I've set up for only saving Bitcoin, right? And I'll only put Bitcoin in here that is long-term Bitcoin saving. And then, oh, I have another account over here where I'll put the Bitcoin that I might want to sell down the road, right? That'll be my like spendable Bitcoin or whatever, or Bitcoin that I want to use when I make a purchase on Newegg or something. So whatever reasons of organization you may have, right? The same goes for MetaMask, right? Why would I want multiple accounts in MetaMask? Well, I may just want to, you know, have different organizations of coins. Like maybe account 2 I'll only use when I'm on, you know, PancakeSwap or whatever, right? Although you could trade on PancakeSwap in any account, but it's just for your own sanity, your own organization, right? Now, I'll notice too, like here, I have one, I'm calling it Elapol. I don't remember why I called this one Elapol. Of course, it would be better if you remembered all this stuff. But I think maybe I just wanted to, just to keep it clear in your mind so you remember what all this stuff is. Now, those are separate accounts. I can create brand new account at any point. I should also mention at this point, just kind of a pro tip, is that if you set up a MetaMask account, you know, with account 1, and you write down the seed phrase, you always have access to those other accounts after you restore. So what do I mean by that? Well, I think I'll do this. Let me, what am I doing here? I got to figure out how to do this. Maybe it won't let me. Okay. I thought I could do this. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, account. No, that's, damn it. You know, it's just it's a little bit of Ethereum in there. Oh my God. I can't do it right now. I thought I could delete some of these. I guess I'm wrong. Okay. I could have sworn that I was able to, at some point, delete these, but I can't. Okay, I give up. Anyway, if you wipe out all of your MetaMask, if you wipe out your MetaMask extension and then restore, then in order to restore all of the additional accounts that you created, you just recreate account, right? You just go create account, and it'll create the first accounts it creates will be the ones you created the first time you had MetaMask up, right? Pro tip, right? A lot of you are like, what? What's he talking about? Yeah, you won't lose any of the additional accounts you create within MetaMask won't get lost, right? They're all based on that original passphrase that 2012 word phrase that you set up in MetaMask when you first set up the first account, right? Let's see. Oh, and then the next thing is that you can add accounts that are based on your Ledger device. Oh, Kitty. I told you Kitty was freaking out. So I'll let him sit up here. Man, you are huge. Jeez, this cat is so big. Yeah, but if you start laying on the keyboard, I'm going to throw you down. Kitty, what did I just say? No. What did I just say? Don't flip your tail at me. Okay. So let's look at this MetaMask account. Just lay down and be good. Come on. Lay down. He was lonely. Can you imagine? He got left alone in the house for like 2.5 days. He had like a bunch of food, right? He didn't finish all the food I left out for him, but he was like, where is everybody? Damn it. Okay, so we're looking at a Ledger main account in MetaMask. That is, come on, Kitty, sit down, please. All right. He has a tendency to roll around on my keyboard, which like whacks everything out. He'd probably disconnect me from the live stream. This account is, can I remove this account? My God, why is, okay, there. I can remove that one. Thank you. Let's remove this one too. I don't know why, I guess it won't allow me to remove accounts that are Ledger Nano S final. Okay, I'll leave those others on there. But the point, what I'm trying to show you is that you can take an account. You can create an account based on, doggone it. Oh, I'm trying to do this. Okay. If I were to connect a device like my Ledger Nano X, I could add this account to my MetaMask. Now, remember, when you connect a Ledger device to MetaMask, the only account that it will interface with is your Ethereum-based accounts, right? It's slightly more complicated than that, but let me get the PIN entered here. All right, so in order to make this interface work, I need to open my Ledger device, and I need to be in the Ethereum app. Okay, all right. So let's move over into the Ethereum app. So I'm in the Ethereum app on the device, and I'm going to connect the hardware device to my MetaMask, right? So I'll say connect hardware wallet. I'll choose Ledger. It's going to pop up a window that asks me to click. Let's move this guy down. I'll move him down here for a minute. Ledger. I'll hit continue. There's that window. I click Nano X. I hit connect. And then it shows me the Ethereum accounts that are associated with this device, right? There's a couple right now. There's number 1 and number 2. And I can see the address and the balance, right? Now, those correspond with Ethereum wallets that I have that I'm managing in Ledger Live. So let's take a look here. Ends in 2445 with a balance of 0.1383. Let's see what we're looking at there. That's this guy, 0.13826. Kitty jumped down and knocked the mic out of the way. All right. Let's turn this off for a sec. All right. Got that. So we're looking at the same wallet in a different interface. We're looking at the exact same wallet in MetaMask. And why would I want to do this? Well, MetaMask allows me to do all that cutting edge stuff. And at the same time, I can take advantage of the Ledger device to secure my crypto. So any trades, any smart contracts, any sends and receives, swaps have to be approved on the device. That's really cool, right? So I have the advanced wallet that has all these advanced features that I can't do in Ledger Live, and I have the security of the device, right? Ledger Live is not the end-all be-all of the Ledger device. The Ledger device is much more versatile than Ledger Live leads you on to believe, right? There's a lot of cool third-party stuff you can do with Ledger Live. I'm not trying to put it down. I'm just saying that Ledger, that MetaMask is a very powerful, flexible, and versatile wallet, and you can use the Ledger to secure it if you want. You can also use the Trezor as well. So I kind of wanted to show you guys how to do that. I don't think I've ever done that before. But before I do that, I wanted to confirm, okay, this is what I call Ethereum main. So I'm going to name this one accordingly so I will remember. Let's go to, I'm afraid to do this now. Okay, there. I was like, what? Let's name this. Ethereum main. Right? That way I can keep it straight in my head that it corresponds to the same wallet over here, Ethereum main. And then the other one I call Ethereum hidden for reasons that I don't remember because it's not hidden anymore. I remember why. I remember because it had a lot of it. There was a lot in there. And it's not anymore, but there was at one point. Let's go over to that one. That's the one we call Ledger 1, right? And that's 0.164 ETH. There we go. 1684. Right? That's Ethereum hidden. We can rename this one. Okay, so we got that. Now let's go ahead and connect our Trezor device. But before I do that, I'm just going to, well, I'll go ahead and connect it first. Let's see here. Let's do that. Now we can look at it a little. Whoops. Oi. What happened to this thing? I thought I had it. Oh, the cat must have hit it, right? Something happened. All right, so there's our Trezor. Let's enter our PIN. I need to launch the Trezor suite. Okay, there's an update to the Trezor suite. Let's go ahead and update that. See what happens. Hopefully it won't take too long. I'm going to enable labeling. I'm going to have to restart, and I'm most likely going to have to re-enter my PIN. Oh boy. Okay. Never be afraid to update. Don't be afraid to update. Okay, wants me to enable labeling again. I can deal with that. Didn't make me re-enter the PIN. That's good. Basically, what I want to show you, this is really freaking me out, or someone's pointing at my mouth. Okay, maybe that's better. Keep looking at the close-up of my mouth. Let's see, there's some Ethereum in here. In the Ethereum account, about $86 worth of Ethereum. Not a whole lot, but I just wanted to point out that there was some Ethereum stored in the Trezor device. Not a whole lot I can do with it within Trezor Suite, but I can connect this Trezor to my MetaMask wallet and do all kinds of cool stuff. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to quit. I just wanted to show you there was some Ethereum in here. Let's go into MetaMask and let's do connect hardware. And we'll choose Trezor. The ledger device was not connected. If you wish to connect the ledger, I don't. I wish to connect my Trezor. Let's hit continue. Okay. Oh, it sort of relaunches Trezor Suite, kind of, in a way. Allow once for this session. Yes. Export. Okay. Looking for my Trezor. Aha. All right. So it sees that account that I just showed you in Trezor Suite. Right. And it allows me to interface with it in MetaMask. All right. There it is. Right. And it names it Trezor 1, which is fine with me because I didn't have it named anything out of the ordinary. So there we go. So now I have access to the Trezor. Now, why don't we do a transfer and see what happens on the device when I try to access the crypto from within MetaMask. Let's we'll go back over here to Ethereum main, right? And let's do a receive, right? There's the address. I'll just copy it into my clipboard. Let's go back over to our Trezor account. Where'd it go? There it is. And let's send some of it back to that other address. The destination address is associated with an account managed by my ledger, right? Doesn't matter what type of hardware, what type of wallet, as long as it's compatible Ethereum wallet with an address, I can send between them, right? I can send through an exchange, Ethereum from an exchange to my wallet, from my wallet to my exchange, from my wallet to a different wallet, from my ledger to my ledger, from my ledger to my Trezor, from my Trezor to my ledger. They're all Ethereum wallets, so there's no difference. Right. Let's go ahead and send 0.03, which is about 40, just to see how it works. Let's hit next. I've never done this on a Trezor, so I'm kind of interested in how the Trezor is going to work. Gas fees are only going to be 44 cents. I can live with that. Let's hit confirm. Okay. All right, there it is. Confirm. Right, so I'll, let's see, it's over here. It's this one. I'll use that. Finger, okay, there's my fee. Can't see it. Okay, there. All right, there's my priority fee. Don't cancel, please. Jeez. Okay, there it is. Now what? Now what? So the final confirmation? What does that say? I can't read it. Oh, hold to confirm. Okay, I got to hold it. Boom, off it goes. Yay, we sent. So the interface is a little slightly different on a Trezor. But it worked, right? The idea is that you are using the device to confirm transactions, that nothing goes out unless you confirm on the device. So MetaMask asked me to confirm. MetaMask gave me a breakdown of the fees and everything else. After I said okay to MetaMask, then I had to say okay on the device, right? The device is like, wait a minute, you're trying to send crypto out. I have to authorize that. And so then I had to confirm on the device. So off it went, right? And let's go back over to Ethereum main. That's where we sent the crypto. And it should have come in. I don't know about this. There was a failed contract interaction. But it doesn't look like the Ethereum has come in yet. So let's give it a minute. I can always check over in Ledger Live because I'm monitoring the exact same wallet over in Ledger Live, right? Ethereum main. That's it. It came in, right? That $40 worth of Ethereum is in the wallet, right? So now the balance should be, 168. Is that correct? I guess it changed and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so it has arrived. And it should even reflect that over here. Oh, there it is. Okay. See, now I see it in MetaMask too. Right? You can move crypto anywhere, right? That's the beauty of crypto. You can move it back and forth across the room or across the world with equal ease. Let's see here. Oh, Kitty's back. Please don't sit on my keyboard. Just sit down, cat. I am not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. He's like, he won't leave me alone since we got back from our little trip. Okay, so let me see if I can answer some questions for you guys. I really apologize. When I rewatch my stream the next morning, I see so many questions that I could have answered in a snap that I missed. So let me go back here. Johnny Freedom, why does my Coinbase wallet extension not show all of my crypto that it shows on my mobile app? I don't use the Coinbase extension that much, but my guess would be that it's not synced with every single coin that you have enabled in your mobile. You know, there might be some coins that you need to enable, but if the Ethereum balances are different, that'd be kind of weird. Maybe they're not based on the same wallet, right? They're not synced up to each other. I'm not sure what you've done, and I don't use the Coinbase wallet app myself. I think it was popping up there over in Brave for some bizarre reason when I went into FTX for some reason. But let's see if I have anything in there. I don't think I've set it up. Let me check. Yeah, well, it's not functioning right. See, it just comes up blank. So something's not up right with it. I'd probably have to delete it and reinstall it. So, but let's see. Let's try. Well, either way, I mean, I would have to sync it up to the other wallet. Most likely by using the restore key from the DeFi wallet or connecting. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Coinbase extension. Sorry. The Coinbase wallet is not the same as the Coinbase app, right? If you're looking at your Coinbase account, of course it's not going to be the same thing because it is a separate wallet. And that's one of the reasons I don't particularly care for the Coinbase wallet, because it's not clear that it's its own wallet. I mean, it is to me, because I, when I downloaded the mobile wallet and used it, I knew that it was a self-custodial wallet. But Coinbase allows people to think that because they own it, that it's somehow associated with their Coinbase account, when it's not. As you can see here, I have, like in finance, I have the Coinbase Pro app and I have the Coinbase app. And when I go into the Coinbase app, I can see my Coinbase balance, what the coins that I have stored in my Coinbase account. Ugh, come on, not now. At the moment, I don't have anything in my Coinbase account of consequence. Maybe some dust. Kitty, come on, lay down. Oh, he's leaving again. Good. Okay, just dropped and reconnected again. This other wallet here is named Wallet, which is dumb, but I can see from its icon that it's the Coinbase wallet. But it is a completely separate wallet from my Coinbase account. But I think the question that Mr. Miskey had was, why does this wallet here on my phone not sync up to the extension? And the only way I would know how to do that would be maybe whatever seed phrase or backup phrase this wallet gave you would be the one you would import in the extension, which that's kind of dicey to begin with, pulling a seed phrase of your own wallet into a browser extension. People could get fooled that way. So anyway, but then also you have this whole idea of there are coins that you may need to add that are not in the extension. I don't know how you add coins anymore. I haven't done this in so long. But I would assume that there's a way, there should be a way to do it. Or maybe not. I think like you drop a coin in here, it'll show up. So that's confusing too. It's just not a great wallet, to be honest with you. And you can't really use a ledger to protect that type of wallet. It's a mobile wallet. The private key is stored on your phone. Okay, Johnny Freedom doesn't show my Bitcoin. Okay, here it is. I'm talking about my Coinbase Wallet app on my phone and my Coinbase Wallet web browser extension, right? Doesn't show my Bitcoin on the web browser extension, and they changed Coinbase Wallet recently, like it has less to it now. So, the Coinbase Wallet app on your phone and the Coinbase, yeah. So, yeah, you're talking about the difference between this and the extension, right? You would have to somehow sync them up and, okay. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. The only way I'm going to be able to pull this off, I guess, is to delete this thing and re-add it and see how this works. Coinbase. Okay, you would have to say, I already have a wallet, and then you would have to enter a recovery phrase. So if you enter the recovery phrase of your mobile wallet, then they should be in sync, unless there are coins. Oh, link Coinbase Wallet app. Approve transactions on your phone by linking your mobile wallet. Ugh, that's another weird one. And if I connect my hardware wallet, then it will have no relation whatsoever to the mobile version, because the mobile version is not protected by a hardware right? So you have so many ways to go wrong and not be looking at the same wallet, right? If you used your 12-word recovery phrase from your mobile wallet, then they should match. But if they don't, then maybe there's a coin missing that you haven't enabled in the extension, something of that nature. That's the only thing I could figure. Let's see. It's weird. Before it used to only show my Bitcoin on the extension and not other crypto. Now it shows my other crypto, not my Bitcoin. Well, it sounds like the extension is kind of buggy. I mean, if it was working sort of before, yeah. And it's another thing that makes it kind of a weird wallet is that it supports Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not a lot of wallets do that. Most wallets are one or the other, right? But Trust Wallet does support both Bitcoin and Ethereum chains and a lot of other chains. So this wallet is similar to Trust Wallet, but because it bears the Coinbase name, there's a lot of confusion surrounding it, as we're experiencing right now. Let's see. Barbara's talking about osmosis with Dan. Birds, Bees, and Trees says, I never set up my ledger from 1.5 years ago, but I'd like to now. I've heard of backdoor hacks from Amazon is my more concern versus absolution from the device. My original apprehension to setting it up. Don't freeze up. Don't let fear freeze you up. It's not that terrifying to set up a ledger device. Every ledger device has a genuine check when you first set it up, a cryptographic key that will connect you to the ledger service, and it will verify that that is indeed a ledger device. Now, even if you bought it on Amazon and you think someone is trying, has already set it up and has the key and is going to steal all your crypto, all you got to do is reset the device to factory. Do a factory reset, set up your 24-word recovery phrase that you and only you know, and then connect it to Ledger Live. It'll do a genuine check, verify that it's an authentic device, and you're good to go, right? You most likely bought it from somebody on Amazon. It's sealed. You open it up, you initialize it like you normally do, and it will generate a random 24-word recovery phrase, just like if you had bought it from Ledger. The only weird thing would be is if you open it up and it already has a PIN for you, and it already has a backup phrase for you written down, then alarm bells should go off. But even if they do that, you don't have to use that phrase. Just enter the PIN incorrectly 3 times, do a factory reset, and if you've got a genuine Ledger device, you're golden, right? There's no way that they can override the hardware in the Ledger device to somehow hack any wallet that you create. It doesn't work like that. So you'll most likely need to update the firmware if you've had it for 1.5 years, but you can handle that. You've seen me do it many times. I got lots of videos on how you set up Ledger and Trezor devices. Let's see. In the near future, can you do a YouTube video on staking ETH on Rocket Pool or Lido using the Ledger device? I did one a long time ago on using Lido. You can do it within Ledger Live. I really wouldn't recommend it right now because in September they're switching over, and at that point, the merge, you should be able to natively stake Ethereum at that point. These stopgap staking platforms, I heard that Lido staked or ST ETH lost its peg to the price of Ethereum recently. So even that's not really stable. So I would suggest just holding on to your ETH until the merge and then think about doing native staking. But, and I don't really want to do a video on Lido staking when I've already done one. if you're interested. This video, it takes you step by step, and I believe I do this within Ledger Live. The interface may have changed slightly, but not that much. So that's your guide right there. But like I said, Lido staking will be obsolete once. Well, I don't know how soon it'll be. It might carry over for a little while, even after the merge. But yeah. Anyway. Let's see. I want to get to all these questions if I can. I need to try Ledger again with MetaMask. I had tried it a few years ago, couldn't get it to work correctly, user error. I ended up using Trezor for MetaMask, though. Well, you saw me tonight doing both Ledger and Trezor. It's not that hard. And then I have a video on... this is this one here is how to secure MetaMask with a Ledger device. So I would recommend, that's a step-by-step on how you connect your Ledger device to a MetaMask wallet and, get the account set up and go through all that. I would recommend that video. I've done a lot of MetaMask videos recently. Let's see, Timothy. If I delete an account on my Ledger Live app on my desktop, will I be able to see it on the phone app, or will it take it both off? How do I take it off one but not the other? If you are managing several accounts in Ledger Live and you have them synced up to your mobile app, first of all, you can do that pretty easily. We did that last week. If we're in the Ledger Live app on our phone and we go to see all assets, they have this plus up here where if we tap that, I can import all of my accounts from my desktop, right? They tell you go to settings, account, export accounts. So we'll go settings, accounts, export accounts, and then they'll give me this QR code. Oh, my phone's in the way. Right, it gives me this QR code that will sync up the accounts that are on my desktop but not on my phone, right? And after we're done with this, all of the accounts on desktop will be on my phone. Now, I may have added an account on my phone that I did not add in desktop. Like, there we go. See these couple accounts, Bitcoin, NANO. So let's go ahead and just sync it up. So now the balances should be equal. If we go back to portfolio, that's close, right? It's not perfect, but it's close. Maybe it's going to take it a minute to get there. All right, now it's synced completely. Right now, if I decide that I want to go and take one of these accounts out of my desktop, let's say I want to take, I'm just trying to find one that won't cause too much trouble. Whatever, I can put it back later. I'll do Bitcoin main. Right? If I remove Bitcoin main from my desktop, it doesn't automatically remove it from my mobile app, right? I would have to go do that manually. And if I did another sync, that the old Bitcoin main that I imported just now will still be, see Bitcoin main? It's still in the mobile. Right? It didn't get automatically deleted just because I deleted it from Ledger Live, right? So if I want to delete them both, I would have to do them in both places. If I want to delete one and keep the other, then just delete one and the other will stay, right? If I go and delete one of these, well, it would be weird to delete one of the But let's just say I delete the Solana account. I don't know how you do it here. Oh, here, right? I could remove the Solana account from my mobile and it'll still be in the desktop, right? And then if that's the easy way, if I delete it on the mobile, I can just do a resync to get it back. If I delete the one in my desktop version, then I'll have to reattach the device and go through the account add again, like re-add Bitcoin in order to regain access to that Bitcoin account, the one that I just deleted, Bitcoin main. But it didn't delete the Bitcoin wallet. It just removed the account from my Ledger Live portfolio. I can always get it back by doing add account and reattaching the device, right? So you're never going to lose your crypto by deleting the accounts in Ledger Live. The device will always remember the crypto that you have in your wallet, right? And even if you delete the app, it will always remember the wallet when you reinstall the app, right? It's math. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Let me go down here. I'm trying to get to all these questions. I have DOT staked using Ledger Live, but they're not collecting rewards for some reason. Because of this, I'd like to unstake. Do you have a tutorial on that? I did a tutorial a while back on DOT staking in Ledger Live, but I don't think I did how to unstake. Let's check. Let's do Polkadot. How to purchase and stake Polkadot using Ledger Live. So that's it, but I don't believe I did an unstake in there. The Ledger Live Polkadot app has not been very reliable. I did this one in Ledger Live. I think maybe I thought I had done one on okay, there's how to stake Polkadot and Uniswap on crypto. Oh no, that's not. No. I guess I never did one on how to natively stake Polkadot on their in their web-based platform, which is complicated. The thing about staking Polkadot is it's not very straightforward. Even if you're doing it correctly, if you natively stake it, you're not supposed to stake all of it with one validator. You're supposed to like spread it across 10 different validators and all this. But I'm getting a little off topic, but the Polkadot app has never been a very reliable way to stake Polkadot. Let me just put that out there, right? It was broken for a long time and then they fixed it, but I still don't trust my Polkadot staking with them, right? But even if you have used Ledger to begin the stake, you should still be able to go over to Polkadot here, the substrate. You should still be able to go over here and unstake if you want, right? Because you see that Ledger X? It's the same one here. It's the same account, right? And if I were staking, I should be able to, it should show the staking here. And maybe, and so basically, if you go to that site and connect with your Ledger, right? You'll do it somewhere here. Oh, add via Ledger, right? You say add via Ledger, and then you connect your Ledger device, right? And you have to be in the Polkadot app. You should gain access to that the Polkadot that you have stored and or staked on your Ledger device. You might be able to unstake over here. I originally, I think you were saying you weren't unable to unstake from within Ledger Live. I think that's what your problem was. You're unable to unstake within Ledger Live. If that's the problem, then you might try going over to their website and then attempting to do the unstaking from here. And that might work. And my advice, I know it's kind of funky, but my advice for staking DOT is a trouble-free set and forget way to stake your DOT is on Kraken. Whoops. And I have a video on how to do that. I know it's not self-custody, but Kraken is a reliable exchange. They're not a lending platform, right? They're not going to lend out your DOT to some hedge fund. Whoops. I don't know what that was. What did I do there? Wait, it didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, something. It was weird. I don't know what happened. But anyway, that to me, that's the way I have my DOT staked. I have some in my ledger and some staked on Kraken. But it's been there for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years on Kraken, just earning interest, right? And I can lump sum it, right? I don't have to worry about getting slashed and, you know, choosing a validator or whatever. And there's no destaking, right? There's no unbonding period on Kraken. If I want to go sell some of that DOT that I have staked on Kraken, I'll just go into Kraken, hit unstake. It takes like 2 minutes, and then it's available. And then I can trade it or sell it or transfer it or whatever. So for me, that was my solution for DOT. Trouble-free, easy way to say. Because natively staking DOT is technically challenging and complicated and does involve some risk. And as you can see, because it's so technically challenging, the Polkadot account interface in Ledger Live has trouble keeping up with it because they're constantly changing the code and updating it, and you know. So, yeah, I would try to interface with your staked DOT through their interface. That might be the way out for you. Wait, I just heard the end of your answer. Thank you very much for answering my question. I reworked back in live time to hear your factory reset answer. You're so helpful. Oh, yeah, sure. And then, yeah, you will have to update your firmware. I missed the last 30 minutes from signing up, and you verified on Binance. I used Rex's link, so we both get $10. Yay, Dave. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm kind of tired. We just drove back from not Angola, Auburn. We drove back from Auburn, Indiana this morning. From Auburn to Grand Rapids, about 2 hours and 22 minutes. We instead of taking the I-94 across, we shot across from the 69 freeway. We shot across a little country road called M60. Let's see. Where is M60? Yeah, right. Okay, so we were on 69. We went past Coldwater, and then we hit the M60. And we were kind of actually going south. But that's okay. It was fun. We went down to Three Rivers. But like right over here somewhere, we found an old covered bridge, which was totally cool. I don't know where it was. Maybe it was like right here. It was like really cool. We found this old covered bridge. We had a good time. So I like driving through the country. But anyway, it was kind of a long drive, but we're home now. We're all happy. Everybody's safe and sound, back in front of their computers and loving life. So I'll be here next week. I've got some videos planned. I'm going to start dropping some standalone videos. I'm going to have to redo that Ledger video that I recorded without sound because it's really hard to go back and overdub when, you know, my lips are moving and it doesn't match what I'm saying. So I'll just redo the video from scratch. It's going to, you know, be a bummer, but I will. And then I'm going to do some video on Coinly, which they offered me a new partnership. So I told him, you know, I'd be willing to do like a full-blown video on how to use your platform. And he was cool with that. And going to get an affiliate link for them. So I'll be doing a video on Coinly within the next week or so on how to get set up on Coinly. And I want to do some Ledger videos and some Trezor videos and some other stuff too. So I'm going to try to get back in the groove of cranking out videos for you guys here over the last half of July, right? We just passed the halfway point. Rex, I sent Harmony to ETH address and it's lost. Yeah, unfortunately, if you send Harmony to an ETH address, you can't get it back. You might try. I think there's a Harmony chain. You might be able to add the Harmony chain to your MetaMask wallet and access that Harmony that you sent if you send it to your Ledger-based wallet, right? So we can add this to MetaMask, right? And if you accidentally sent, like, see here we're on the Harmony chain. So if you accidentally sent some Harmony to this Ethereum wallet in MetaMask, you could add the Harmony chain using chain list, right? I showed you chain list. And then if you send it to your Ledger device, then you would simply connect your Ledger device to MetaMask, right? So if I had accidentally sent Harmony to this Ethereum wallet that's on my Ledger, I could set up the Harmony mainnet in MetaMask and gain access to that Harmony. Then I could send it back to my exchange. But you might have to put a little Ethereum in this wallet for fees. I'm not really sure how it works. But you might be okay if it's a Harmony-based wallet. Harmony would be paying the fees. We'll see. Did you ever receive... Oh, the NFT. Okay. Yeah. So here's the deal with the NFT from last week. We ended up putting the NFT in the... and I hope I didn't produce it. Not this one. I might have... come on, Rex. What are you doing? Okay, yes. Okay. So here it is. It showed up in the wallet, but the only way that I was able to get it into my Ethereum wallet was by minting it on the POAP website. And that required me to pay a minting fee, which was like $130. So in order for me to mint, to transfer this from their DAI blockchain onto the Ethereum blockchain, I had to pay a minting fee and gas fees. But unfortunately, the floor price of this little NFT is 0.015 Ethereum, and the minting fee was 0.1 Ethereum. So not a very good deal. What I found out, though, was that if you go into, if you claim that NFT, if you buy yourself one of those ledgers, and I'll do this in my video, that you can go into the POAP app here in third party and view those NFTs without having to mint them, right? Once you claim it, it's associated with your Ethereum device. Let's refresh. Okay. Let's try Ethereum main. Are you kidding me? This is not working? Oh my Lord. All right, let's, unbelievable. Ledger Live. Come on, man. Don't be a jerk. Oh, yeah, no, okay. Ledger Live. The latest version of Ledger Live is slightly buggy. I've never had this problem with Ledger Live, but sometimes you can't relaunch it for some bizarre reason. Let's try this again. Let's go to Discover and POAP and continue. And it's still not working. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's like just a white screen. How silly is that? Okay, there's nothing in that one. Try this one. Nope. Wow. Is it that I don't have, is it that I have not have the ledger attached? I don't know what's going on here. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to attach the ledger. I can't believe this isn't working. It's like, what? All right. You should not have to have your ledger device attached for this to work. But I'm going to try it anyway. No. Yeah, it should just, every address should correspond to a POAP NFT that you've claimed, right? The one that I showed you over here, I moved, but like I had claimed one at Ledger Open in New York, and it showed up here under this account, but for some reason it's not showing up right now. God knows why. It's not effing working. That's unbelievable, right? But the one that we were playing around with last week, remember I kept expecting it to show up in my Ledger wallet, but it didn't? Well, that was because I needed to mint it, right? I had to go to POAP's website and actually mint it. Let's try this. Yeah, like you go, no, not there. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Connect wallet. Oh, that's weird. Why not? Okay, look, there it is. There's one there when I connected to this Ethereum wallet. That's kind of weird. But let's connect to Ethereum main, see what happens there. Oh, let's get back on the Ethereum network. Right now, let's refresh. Okay. Yeah, it's not really working the way I want it to. Okay, let's connect wallet, MetaMask. There, see? There, now it's connected to Ethereum main, right? And it's showing me this NFT that I have not minted, right? It's not on my Ethereum chain. It's on their POAP DAI chain. But based on this Ethereum address, it sees that I claimed one using that Ethereum address, right? So I can view it on their website, but I won't see it in my Ethereum wallet like a normal NFT until I actually mint it and then transfer it, right? Like this one that I was trying to mess around with last week, I actually went and minted this one. Yeah. This one I actually minted and transferred into my Ethereum wallet. That's the keepsake NFT that I got for purchasing the Ledger Nano S Final Edition. But I don't recommend doing that because then you're spent like $139 just to mint this thing that they gave you for free. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I didn't quite wrap my head around it last week. I thought that it would just automatically go into my Ethereum wallet. It did not. I had to spend money to get it in there. What is native staking? Native staking means that I'm actually staking it right on the blockchain. Like, for example, if we're going to stake natively DOT, we'd go over to the DOT website and create a DOT-based wallet on their website and then actually stake DOT on the Polkadot blockchain, right, with a validator, right? It's not easy. It's complicated. But that is there's a world of difference between that and just transferring your crypto to somebody like Celsius or BlockFi or whatever. Those people are taking your crypto and lending it out to other people, and that's why they pay you. This is a native staking. You're supporting the network, and you're earning rewards for doing so. That's the way the network works, right? Also, Cardano, same thing. You can natively stake Cardano within a Cardano wallet. So if you, let's see, I can do it real quick here because we're almost done. I'm about to get out of here. All right, if I go to Cardano Ada Lite, all right, and I have my device attached here.